I'm Jeff Ludwick, and I am a chiropractor. Any other chiropractors in here today? Awesome. Well, this is my 4th time at New Beginnings. It took me 18 years to get here. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. This is my 3rd time speaking, and I was just talking to them back there. It's like they couldn't find anybody else from New Jersey to speak the first time, so they had to bring someone in from Pennsylvania. I want you to welcome my wife here today and my 2 children. This is an educational field trip for them. So this is Sadie and Chloe right here. Just have to embarrass them a little bit. So Monday is coming. Last time I spoke, we talked about motivation, and we need a lot of people to motivate. And so we're going to come back to this Monday is coming theme. But the first thing that I like to do is I always like to look at the history. I like reading about history of everything, but especially chiropractic. And we get confused about what chiropractic actually is. I'm in a band of brothers. Some of them are here right now, and we're talking about it. And everybody is giving their input. And it's not that someone's right or wrong. It just sometimes we have different words that express what chiropractic is. So I want you to do a little audience participation here. And you're going to say chiropractic. I'm going to say chiropractic is, and you're just going to say one word. And you're going to shout it out. And I'm guessing there's more than, we're obviously not going to say the same word. Everybody ready? Chiropractic is? So if you had 2 words and you couldn't choose, you're going to say the second word now, but if it's still the same thing to you, say that word again. Chiropractic is? Now, turn to your right. If no one's to your right, turn to your left and tell that person what that word is. The other way? Did anybody have the same word? Yes? No? Maybe? Okay, we'll come back to that. So here's the issue that I have with our profession. And I'm probably preaching to the choir, but maybe not. I like to do challenging things with my talk. It's 2019. Chiropractic's been around since 1895, and we still have a stigma about what chiropractic is. So I get upset about that. I know I'm preaching to the choir, right? People are worried about this and worried about that. You know whose fault it is? Do you think it's the PT? Do you think it's the insurance company? Do you think it's the medical profession? Do you think it's a pharmaceutical company? BJ talked about this. Same stuff happened 100 years ago. The problem is with us. It's with me. I've made these mistakes. I'm owning up to it. Anybody else maybe made a mistake in educating about what chiropractic truly is? So we need to get rid of the stigma because our office, our profession is subluxated. Think about your procedures. Are they subluxated? Can they be better? Can it be a clear message? Our culture is subluxated. Did you bring your staff here today? One of my staff members didn't come this time because she was upset with the last seminar because there was things that weren't congruent with chiropractic. I didn't make her come this time. She said, if you want me to come, I will. She's a great chiropractic assistant. Been doing it for 16 years. She knows chiropractic. So even in this room, maybe we're getting the wrong message across. That's what this weekend is about. I don't know why you're here. I'm here to get grounded, re-grounded, get my roots in deep. And also, I encourage us all to learn how to educate. I'm an official educator. I taught high school for 13 years. I taught at Life at the Underground right, for 2 years. And I'm always learning about how to educate. And Gary talked about a lot of these things. We got to keep it simple. Hopefully I can see Kiss this summer. That's one of the things I want to do, Gary. So the first thing we need to do that I want you to do on Monday, because Monday is coming for most of us, is we need to do an audit. And it's not the audit that you're thinking of. You need to do a self-audit. So what do we need to do an audit of? Many things. Walk in your office on Monday and look at your counter. What's the message that you're trying to talk about with chiropractic? Look at your website. What are the pictures of? Is it just pain relief? I mean, I've been to a few of your websites just because I was interested in your practice. And I'm saying, or to your Facebook page. And I've made this mistake too, so I'm not trying to be a hypocrite, but I went to one particular website just because I really appreciate the person, and and I don't want to say any names, but I went through 6 Facebook posts with nothing about chiropractic, all nutrition. I don't have a problem with nutrition. Chiropractic is not nutrition. We need nutrition. We need supplements. We need all these things. Chiropractic is not laser, so we need to make sure we need to get the message across. So even though you may not be preaching any of those things in your office, you know, with Facebook, with your procedures, look at the posters on your wall when you get in there. Maybe it's too cluttered. Maybe it's too many messages. You know, Dr. Kevin and I talk all the time. There's a particular phrase he doesn't like. It's called, what is it? Not above all else. What's the phrase that you don't like, Kevin? Yeah. But it's not Kevin. But the problem with the phrase is that, what's it? Yeah, great. The power that made the body heals the body. Okay? The problem with that phrase is that if you're going to explain it to someone who's just coming into your office, that's too deep. You can take that phrase with your own mind and break it down into simple terms. I don't like the phrase either, but I want to take that information and break it down so people can understand it. So we confuse the public about what we do. It's our own fault. It's our own fault. We create our own distractions just by walking in our office, by what we say, the conversations we have at the table, right? You should be able to spin anything in the chiropractic. You should be able to see anything in chiropractic. And we have a lot of missed opportunities. There's only so much time in the world. We only have so much time with the patient, especially if we have a high volume office. We're with them for what, 3 minutes? And you can talk about football, but spin it into, oh yeah, you know, this football team gets chiropractic care because they want to be at their best performance. Or they want to make sure the messages go from the brain to the body and inside out. You can talk about these things, but you can spin anything in the chiropractic. I learn every time I'm out speaking. The last talk I was here, I listened to Patty speak, and she said something that I guess I've never used before. Maybe I heard, but I finally gripped onto it. She says, I teach my kids about switches. Amazing. Simple. I've been using that for a whole year in my practice, and it has built my practice 41% up from last year. Because I got rid of the clutter in my office and my message changed. Because I go to our brothers meeting once a month. And we challenge each other, but it's good because I get to grow. All right? If my 4-year-olds can understand that when you turn the light switch on, what happens? Well, the power comes on. And when the switch comes off, the power comes off. Well, these are switches in your back, Joey. If you're not feeling well, chances are a switch isn't on. Or maybe not on all the way. Brilliant. Thank you, Patty. Use it. Let's steal from each other this weekend. Let's share from each other. I would love to have a breakout session with this group, or I know we have our speed coaching thing. Instead of talking about procedures and stuff, just talk about how you educate. The words that you use are so important, aren't they? How many people have come into your office and say, do you do the ring dinger? Anybody? Just me? Just me. Really? I'm surprised. Or maybe you're not putting your hand up. I don't even know what the technique is. I'm not bashing the technique. But the #1 video in chiropractic, it's not this video here. It's a doctor doing a particular maneuver. He calls it the ring dinger, and he jokes around with it, and maybe not as professional as I would like to see it. And this is what my patients think chiropractic is. You know what the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th popular video is on YouTube? Girls in thongs in side posture getting adjusted. I'm sorry. These are doctors doing this. What type of content are we putting out there? 81% of all videos next year are going to be watched on your phone. 81%. I'm working on that right now. I'm working on doing videos, not about someone getting adjusted. In fact, I encourage you not to show someone getting adjusted because it doesn't matter how well you do it or the smile and a testimonial after it. Some idiot or someone who doesn't understand chiropractic is going to make a comment. It's going to go viral because you don't get a chance to explain it. Showing a baby how to get adjusted isn't going to encourage the mom to bring the baby in. I don't think so. So I'm doing chiro stories in my office. Just tell the story of how they got to chiropractic and what it's done for them. We don't even show someone getting adjusted because I want to change what's going on YouTube right now in the video world. Because if 81% of movies are going to be watched on your phone, I want to be one of those people. If you want to join me, talk to me afterwards. It's not a business, it's just something I'm doing. So our message is our brand, right? What's our message? It's the principle. Content is everything. Now, content is everywhere. It's just not how you do a talk. It's not what you do at the table. It's what you do on Facebook. It's everything. What you see, what you hear, what you watch. We want to change this profession in this small little group because there's a lot of crap that's going on in chiropractic right now, and it's headed our way fast. Kids aren't able to get adjusted, all sorts of things. It's crazy. But we need to put the right content out there. Are you with me? Say yes. Yes. You may not be into doing these things. I mean, my kids know more about this stuff than I do. Sadie's 13. In a couple years, I'm going to hire her. She can take care of content marketing for this stuff. Kids aren't even on Facebook anymore. They're on other things. Okay? If you don't know how to do this, it's okay. If you've been doing a certain way for 20 years, it's okay. Hire a 15 or 16-year-old in your office that's know how. They're whiz kids. They'll save you time, money. Just give them the right content to put in there. Because this is where people are looking for information. Gary talked about words. Subluxation. For years, I never taught the word subluxation because I thought it was too big. I mean, I have my seniors that come in and they can't even say the word chiropractic, right? And then I broke it down like Gary did. Sub, less than light, a condition of less life. I mean, you can do that. You can still break it down, and all of a sudden the light bulb comes on in their head. But on the negative part of that, why on earth, in our profession, did we choose the word manipulation? Seriously. Do you want to be manipulated? I mean, do you go to your patient and say, I'm going to manipulate you now? It's not a positive word. Someone wasn't thinking when they put that word on insurance forms and things like that. So why do we need to do this? Because every woman and child needs to understand the principles of chiropractic. And it's a process. It's a journey. You have to do many, many, many things to get them there. Our principle is our compass. We don't need a map. We know we want them to be there for life, but you don't need, because the important thing about a compass is it always points where? True north. Your decisions that you do in your office, your content that you put in your office needs to be driven and founded by, is that part of our principle? Is that part of the content that we're supposed to put in our office? Is this the brand of XYZ chiropractic care? We have this magazine that's called The American Chiropractor. Some of you have been in it, and the ones that are in here, really, there's, every once in a while we have some really good people that put in here. But do you remember chiropractors used to go to jail for chiropractic? Remember that? You go to the back page of this magazine every month when it comes out. Have you seen it? It says around the world, chiropractic. So you think it'd be something about chiropractors doing amazing things. You know what it is? Has anybody seen this? Please raise your hand if you're with me. It's all the chiropractors that are going to jail for fraud of things that aren't even chiropractic. We are doing this to ourselves. So if you want to make a difference in this profession, hopefully you're on the same page that I am. We need to change the content. You need to change it not just in your office, but it starts with your orientation. But it doesn't stop there. It just keeps going and going and going. Have you been hit in the face before in your office? Not seriously, but really hit in the face. I have. Let me give you some examples about getting hit in the face. We sell supplements in our office, and I'm doing away with them. They're almost gone. I don't even talk about them. I don't do nutrition talks anymore. Do people need nutrition? They do. Right? I had a patient a few months ago come to my office, right? I haven't seen her in a while. She just wanted a supplement for her cold. She might get adjusted. She's fine. I didn't teach her. We used to do these. I made a ton of mistakes. So I'm not here, saying that I'm right, you're wrong, but I'm learning from my mistakes. We have a list of about 20 people that prepaid for care 6 years ago. We still have their money. We've called them back. We're going to send you a check back. No. Keep the money because I'll be back. I just don't need it yet. That punched me in the face. I'm just upset that it took me 20 years to figure this out. Watch your content. Watch your content that you're putting out there. Is it based in principle? There's a pastor that comes in my office, and I ask him every week when he comes in, because people in my office come in every week to get checked for spinal vertebral subluxations. I said, hey, Pastor Ken, what are you preaching on today? You know what his answer is? Every time, the Bible. And I say it because it keeps me grounded. What am I teaching each and every day? I'm teaching chiropractic. He doesn't say, well, I'm going to teach about Psalm 23 because it says this and this about David and all this. No, he just says the Bible. Because he's grounded in his philosophy of his occupation. So let's focus on one thing. Let's keep it simple. Have you ever had a patient come in your office and said, or actually we get this every week. We had 7 new patients this week, and practically every one of them at their reported findings orientation said, no one ever explained chiropractic to me like this before. And they've already been to 3 chiropractors. No one told me this. I had a doctor that I helped get her office started, and her patient came to see me because they said, I have an ear infection, and the doctor says the chiropractic doesn't help with ear infections. And her mother was my chiropractor growing up. See, we're doing this to ourselves. Start teaching chiropractic. Irene Gold, is she here this weekend? Irene is a great speaker. Sometimes I think better than Reggie ever was, but she can break things down and communicate. She says, we have a responsibility of teaching subluxation, and we do. It's on us. Don't expect the ACV or the whatever conference there is out there. You need to focus on you, and it starts with your office. I don't care what your skill set is, but you have a wheelhouse on how to communicate. If you like doing talks like I do, do them. It's no right or wrong. If you don't want to do talks, don't do them. If you're good on Facebook, do that. If you're good one-on-one in a group, it doesn't matter. But you need to figure out, in fact, improve your educational skills. See chiropractic in everything. Spin anything that comes in your office right around the chiropractic. Be creative with what you do. And join me in my journey called the Chiro Bridge. It's a project that I started about 1.5 years ago, and I realized how big it is. I need some help with it. It's not a business. It's not a marketing company. It's how to educate chiropractors how to educate, because we certainly haven't done a good job since 1895. It starts with meeting the person, getting a foothold, no barriers, right? Make it affordable. Make it simple, a flexible schedule. Tell stories, simple, creative stories, and it needs to be ongoing. It doesn't just stop at the orientation, because they're going to be hearing all this other crap in magazines, on TV. The need for chiropractic is not debatable, people. Everybody needs their spine checked. Everybody needs proper functioning nerve flow. We have a lot of opportunities. I encourage us all to stay in our lane. I'm getting rid of things in my office, putting the right messages on my wall. I still have nutrition, but it's on its way out. My practice increased 42% since the last time I talked, because I'm trying to honor what I told you I was going to do. It has nothing for the things you've said and the things you've done or you didn't do. This is a new start. It's just not home. This is a new start. Chiropractic is enough. Monday is coming, everybody. I'm Dr. Jeff. I'm out.